So that is, for me, the divide at the moment on this curious state of affairs. And the other thing, the deja vu conversation that here.
Hello， 聽唔聽到？
She was leader of the Conservative before Kemi Badenoch, and after she was handed her sandwiches wrapped in a roadmap after about 10 minutes in the job, she literally wrote a book called 10 Years to Save the West. Now, I don't want to read that book, all right? I don't particularly want to spend much time listening to Kemi Badenoch's speeches, but I live in the West, and I really like it. So, should I be more worried? Because these are educated people. These are prominent people that have risen to the pinnacle of their chosen political.
有人睇緊
have become leaders of the party of Disraeli, the party of Churchill, the party of Margaret Thatcher. They can't be complete wombats, can they? And they are telling me, in the case of Liz Truss, that we only have 10 years to save the West. And I think she wrote that about 18 months ago. So we've now got 8.5 years. Unless, of course, the West has been saved and she hasn't published the sequel yet. So we've got...
喂 ，hello， 哇咁多人出現咗。
The last but one leader.
我今日病啊，好唔舒服，所以咧，我覺得病嘅話，唯一可以做嘅就係打 MTT， 打 MTT 就能醫百病。
What do I do now? Where do I go? Where are we all meeting? Where are we all meeting to fight for Western values? I don't know how to do this as a...
喉嚨痛咗成個星期，瘦咗好多唔係嘛？差唔多就，喂，尖尖，正啊喂，尖尖，好，大家一齊睇我俾人 crack， 好睇住我點樣俾人 crack 啦，大家緊唔緊張？睇我點樣俾人 crack， 耶！ 燕燕啊，尖尖尖！
The totalitarian threat of what was once the...
哇咁啊，哈哈，仆街啦！好，撚下狗先。哦，撚狗都冇用咯。
What's Kemi Badenoch on about? Because that's too vague.
我覺得一陣間做下直播係要刪咗個。 要刪咗個 whole card， 我換咗個 webcam 係咪靚咗好多？而家嗰個好 A4 up 要 call off，let's go。白白都有煙噶嘛？煙煙啊！煙，喂，藍色高水。 好似真係有得 crack 啊！頭先都冇錯。啊，咁樣坐喺度撳下撳下，可能贏4皮啊！
And decided that we need to be more so we're going to be like Liz Truss, only better. Liz Truss waited until she'd been handed her sandwiches wrapped in a roadmap before she came out and said, "We've only got 10 years to save the West." Kemi Badenoch is saying it now. It's time to get off our knees and start fighting for Western values. And I don't have the first idea what they mean. I know the stuff they offer up. Kemi Badenoch offered up that headmistress who banned praying in her playground, which I think was the right thing to do.
Hello， 屋企有冇觀眾睇緊？
Being told they weren't allowed to pray.
讓我隻手先。Hello， 我個新 webcam 係咪好靚啊？好撚高質。
From a head teacher's decision to ban praying in the context of another religion from the Middle East, in this case Islam.
哦，七八雪條。
Regardless of what denomination you belong to, of course, JD Vance.
咁啊，繼續係喺度聽收音機啊，咁啦，大家唔好理我就得噶啦。好，就得。
Got terribly excited about today in the Daily Mail. But what are these values? And I'm asking, I want you to really understand the importance of the infernal ratio on this question. Because it is both silly and serious at the same time. I told you I would mention her a lot, but the woman on the table next to me
哇
Reese in Manchester is probably going to join the list.
哇
I refer to him. The
7-8有冇得 crack？
statistically completely wrong because of his
哦
slightly worrying, but not as worrying as a woman on jury service on the table next to me in Hounslow last week who was adamant that Volodymyr Zelensky spends all of the military aid he receives on yachts and that Michelle Obama is a man. And now, I can't say, I think Kemi Badenoch is trying to appeal to them. And you can't laugh about it anymore because what you might loosely describe as the radicalised online right are in charge.
好
They are-
開先。
If I said to you that Donald Trump's people are putting pressure on Romania to give Andrew Tate and his brother their passports back, they're currently under house arrest on sex trafficking charges. And they're one of them is certainly accused of rape as well. If I said to you Donald Trump's people are trying to get
冇啦
in that case, you'd think I was joking. So what's he on about the radicalised online?
首先揾到我打邊場啊，好易啫嘛。呢個好明顯係 Zodiac 啦，係嘛？888啊，
To go a little bit easier on two British men.
冇啊，好埋嚟搞我啊！
Except that seems to me to be the constituency that Kemi Badenoch and Liz Truss
Hello，Aris 報道。
and that's why 48% of my response to this is hilariously is confusion stroke concern. Do you want to hear some of it? Look, I'll come back from the break and listen to some
哇，
of it.
咁靚嘅喂，
And then eventually I'll probably have time to ask you what you think. But when I
要打
finally
喎，
reach that moment in today's program, the question will be, what
靚到要打喎。
mean? What is exactly what am I supposed to be frightened of? As a pluralist, as a great fan of free speech, who worries desperately
好
about
pot size 就得翻。
Donald Trump is treating people who refuse to call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, or calling for Elon Musk calling for
哦，
journalists to be locked up in prison. And these
唔
are
瞓啦，瞓乜嘢覺啊？食嗰啲 antibiotics 嗰啲嘢啫嘛，唔使瞓住嘅。
What am I supposed to be scared of? What exactly do I need to start fighting for? Now, you can come at it funny, or you can come at it serious. But if you've got a politician as prominent as
我都 vape 啊打，我幫我行埋一邊先 vape 啫。其實唔得嘅，不過唔理啊。
that you and I need to get off our knees and start fighting for Western values.
幾好啊質素係嘛？大家覺得個 webcam 靚唔靚啊？雖然即係我個人唔靚啊，但係即係起碼個 cam 夠靚啊嘛。
To tell me, all right? 0345 6060
好似幾正，真係。
973.
呢個 webcam 係佢講到自己好撚勁，有乜有七個。
This is LBC.
Tonight's Euro Millions jackpot is £14 million. Now that calls for a dance. Do I have to? You can live though. That's it.
真係幾靚，係佢話自己係一個1寸 sensor 嘅 Razer， 好撚貴，相機咁嘅價錢，但係真係幾靚。都可以嘅。
The STB app and let your money work for you. It's an ETFs commission free. Invest passively with investment time. Open an ISA account.
好，咁啊好似升咗 blind 啦。
And more. STB, where your money lives.
捱一捱下，咁又可能捱到咁啊，後邊寫住 draw that 買法買蛇 ，sorry， 吹笛買蛇 ，draw that 買蛇，吹笛買蛇。哦，66GG 又死一個，呢啲真係要死唔使病。綠色啊低水啦。
Vitibiotics, the UK's #1 vitamin company. Verification at vitibiotics.com. From boots and pharmacies at vitibiotics.com.
I've got the new Samsung Galaxy S25 and so many brownie points. You see, now Brief with Galaxy AI learns my schedule to keep me ahead of my day.
weather, activity stats, and diary updates like Jamie's birthday. Thank you,
哇！
Marguerite.
呢個好有攻擊性嘅一句説話啊 ，Aris。嗰個呢個怪叔叔有冇嚇親你女朋友啊 ，Aris？應該冇係嘛？哇！咁樣拉狗俾佢，喂冇咯，join that。Window 有咩講？
And I don't know what I'm supposed to be fighting for. I don't know what I'm supposed to be fighting for. And I want you to tell me. So I'll give you some examples. Well, no, have a little listen for it. This is quite near the beginning of this.
Western civilization is in crisis. Our ideas and our
好似要車。下次記得叫埋佢好啊，可以。尤其是係 hands 睇人變魔術，哎呀 call up 咗，哦咁你大鑊啦，我大鑊啲好似，哎你大鑊啦咁就疏啊 sorry，唉乜都好啦，喂佢贏啊，係之後都太早，之後都太早。唔好着得咁早，有陣時係咁噶啦，有陣時係咁啊，我又冇乜感覺啊已經。其實 A10係打得走嗰個 swap。哇 ，flop straight 咩嚟㗎？
Between the line, I want you to provide the detail. So it's a crisis of confidence that are set in exact. I'm really confident. Why shouldn't I be? What is it that I'm supposed to be?
好勁啊 ！Hands 個魔術師，大陸高白費，超勁啊！
Western civilization is in crisis. Now, people might get really scared by this, unless they ask for example, unless they ask for detail. So what?
聽朝一早要起身，要返公司開門。B B 幾時返香港啊？會唔會返嚟打到 AJPC 啊 ？B B
Left, right, and centre. The opposite of free market. And yet she's talking about how Donald Trump is a great example of what could be done. The idea of what values are under threat. She then goes on to praise her headmistress. So I know that there is something here, but what is it? So everything she says, for a woman who never has to apologise because she never makes gaps, sounds either dangerous or ridiculous.
好，大家聽住我聽緊嘅收音機。
Speech I've ever seen. Except I'm not quite sure who it is that I'm supposed to be taking against. Who does Kemi Badenoch want us to fight against? 0345 60 60 973.
今日呢個 spot 就焗住要 defend 啊！
If you've got something
真係慘 ，stop and go 咯。哦，咁啊 stop and stop 啦，呢度要。
because this isn't normal.
唔係啊，阿力士，呢個係喺 HKPB 附近有間酒吧，嗰間酒吧有個駐場嘅魔術師去做 close up magic 嘅，好撚勁，真心勁，讚到癲。 讚到癲真係。
The knee during Black Lives Matter as weakness or being cowed by a mob. What if people did that just because when Colin Kaepernick did it for the very first time, they're just protesting against the reality of racism? It doesn't mean that nothing else.
真係好勁。 我講咗幾次真係好勁，但係真係好勁。睇嚟又咁樣浸死嘅咯，要揀個第二個嚟打。
To fight against? Who or what does she want us to fight against? Because there is nothing more dangerous in the world of rhetoric than inventing an enemy and then encouraging violence.
咁啊，聽講話晏少少大佬咧都會開直播啊，咁啊，大家期待下大佬打啦。威華頓係勁嘅，我諗係椰子是無辜的，我諗係真理嚟㗎啦，係咪應該？椰子真係無辜。
And start fighting not just for the UK, but for the West and our values again. We will have to decide between the true but hard way that needs tough decisions and bravery, or whether we have more slogans and announcements but no plan. Don't listen to the media class complain about populism. The very essence of democracy is acknowledging the will of everyday people and then actually making it happen.
興四冇用喎，大哥。
People have got everything they wanted for the best part of 20 years. The Conservatives were in power, in case someone has forgotten, between 20.
哇！後面兩個咁深，我真係唔知點處理嘅，對唔住。椰子係無辜㗎，真係椰子真係無辜㗎，椰子真係無辜的。所以嗰陣時佢哋話，即係叫翻莫耶斯翻嚟，我係大讚嘅。我話真係最好嘅決定。好77上路，好爆埋嘅話就等阿大佬 take over 啦。唔好 hold 住得唔得 ？hold， 唉，屌你老味，唔打三槍，咁樣都 hold 唔住，屌老母，屌老母，收皮。
And I know what she means when she said a media class. She means a tiny number of people in the UK media who do what I'm about to do next and say, what's the actual evidence for me being under attack as a member of the Western...
好，轉場。
0345606097 is the number you need, because the biggest Western would be the defence of the sovereign territory of Ukraine against the imperial violence and illegality of Vladimir Putin. But Donald Trump is cozying up to them. Donald Trump's people are cozying up to Putin and excluding Zelensky from the conversation. And yet, elsewhere in the speech, she talks about Trump being an example. So there are two or three people she refers. One is the headmistress who banned prey. The other is Donald Trump, who is currently seeking more lenient treatment for alleged sex offenders in Romania. I think that's it. I don't know if there's anybody else mentioned in the speech, but it leaves this...
好，又射晒出去。即9對，哇 flop 得。
DEI and climate activism. So, where in my life are those things threatening Western...
多謝你啊，B B。你太客氣啦。好 ，JJ 又可以射啦。
Creating a world in which people who are not born to a form of privilege get a crack.
唔 full 就得㗎啦，呢度位係啦。呢位只要唔撳錯 full 掣就哇！唉，好啦，射完又射，咪 triple up 咯。
is it appealing
正，
to appeal to?
冇事啊，hold 住。 都係隻直，仆街。喂，有啲黑喎。
Think about it. If you predicted that,
完全處理唔到啊，大哥。
Moss calling for journalists to be locked up while claiming that they're the defenders of freedom of speech.
咁耐唔係辦法喎，就係爆 bank roll 噶咯，咁樣打落去。
034560600973. Time to save the West from what? It's time to get off our knees and start fighting for Western values against
不
who?
過有時係咁，都係嗰句，有時係咁，有時就係咁咁撚黑噶啦。
Defence Secretary John Healey has warned the UK is facing a new era of threat. He's been setting out plans for military reforms. Moscow says Vladimir
好，打埋呢場我就交俾阿大佬去繼續做直播。咁啊，嚟緊咧有好多比賽會發生啦，Let's Talk Poker 咧都會去直播嘅，包括係嚟緊喺香港嘅 AJPC 啦。咁啊，如果大家有興趣，就可以留意住我哋呢一個嘅直播頻道，我哋就會。
Book an eye test at Boots Opticians and see what's possible. Not playing against record scores of this choices occur.
The Economist goes beyond the headline to give you a deeper understanding of the news. For over 180 years, The Economist has been
GG Master 太長啦時間，我攰得滯啊，所以今日都係打啲快快脆脆，可以早啲瞓覺嘅 event 就好啲。好，出發 ，Let's go！ 又爆。
culture, so you can navigate the world with confidence.
喂，好啦，多歐，唔中就唔中噶啦，不過真係唔中。好，收工。大家咁就睇到我噴咗唔知200-300蚊咁。好，咁啊有陣時就係咁噶啦。咁多謝大家支持，晏啲咧就要有大佬會同大家做直播。咁直播咧就好醜咁樣就完咗啦，拜。